One dibs on the big man. Can he come out? Can he come out and slam a jam? I'm his number one fan. Yes, I am. All these
I'll be
kids
live here.
realize that I'm the man.
I
6
don't
foot
see the
3 and
eyeball
every quarter
thingy yet.
inch
Eyeball
bigger.
thingy only
That
comes
last
in
year
around
was still a
7
unique
minutes.
You're
figure.
live. You're
Well, I'm
live.
swinging
7 minutes is live. That music is still going to be playing in the background, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. What's up?
What's
Man,
up?
I wish we could be. I suppose we could be asking to be meeting in better circumstances. But ladies and gentlemen, let's just admit, at this point in time, the way we are going, there's no way in hell that we can ever tell what's going to come the next week. Every week is like it's like it's like what Forrest Gump said back when. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Right now, Eric Ten Hag has been trying to collect some of the finest Dutch chocolates into Manchester United, but
Mhm.
it just doesn't seem to be gelling with the English weather and whatever else that
The
that's
chocolates are
coming with it.
melting, man. The chocolates are melting.
And it shouldn't be because it's in England and it's cold.
Yeah.
Now, just very quickly, the um, past two matches that we have played, Liverpool 0-0, and then the Bournemouth loss, and then now the win against Aston Villa. Very quickly, I
Mhm.
want to talk about this game first. Hold on. Let me get my grape juice in. Now, I think the biggest change that we kind of noticed with the game against Aston Villa was the non-inclusion of maybe Tommy, Rashford not starting, which is normal.
Mhm.
He didn't start the other game as well. But with some of the midfield changes that he made, another another big thing that we noticed was also that Varane was in the team playing alongside
Mhm.
Evans. I
Mhm.
want to put it as conclusively, like at this point, that I think the two game changers here in this team right now, I think conclusively you have to say is Varane one of them.
Mhm.
See, with the guy in, I think like we want to talk about defense and Maguire injured and Evans injured and then coming back now. And then Shaw playing a little bit in the midfield, Shaw playing centre back instead of Varane when he was available in certain
Mhm.
games. So we're talking about a rift. But I think how are we going to say that, without him, we can play well? Because in a few days' time, January transfer window is open. The latest, the news is that club willing to listen to offers, but it seems Ten Hag doesn't want Varane to go. Now
Mhm.
I'm thinking that's contradicting to what we've been hearing so far. We've been
Mhm.
hearing so far that there's a fallout, that no one he doesn't like what Ten Hag is playing, the size is playing, the formation is playing, the amount of training sessions and all that. But if you're hearing all that, then why did the coach want to keep him? Because I think Varane is a true footballer and he wants to play football.
Mhm.
So he's not the type who just wants to come, play a few years here, pack, leave, move the family, yada yada yada. Middle of the year in Christmas, he's a family man, so already in his 30s. So I don't think he's keen on that. But I don't know what to make of the thing that if the rumors are true that Ten Hag wants him to stay, then what about that fallout that happened before? So what's happening here?
I mean, I think we mentioned previous shows as well that fallout happens between managers and players and whether they want to call a truce or not. And I look at it at the moment. I mean, the way how he celebrated the goal, the Hoyland's goal, you can see that there is some love for the club some more. So maybe they talked it out. They discussed and say, okay, well, we can settle something out. Maybe after half a season, end of the season, we see how it goes. Because now with all the whole Sir Jim Ratcliffe coming in, there's a lot of uncertainties for everyone. It doesn't mean, like Ten Hag is safe or not. We don't know what's going on because there's a lot of changes that's going to be coming. If not mistaken, now they get that, what's that guy's name, Brailsford, Brailsford, Sir Dave Brailsford coming in, and he seems to be at the match today at Aston Villa as well. You can see that he's scrutinizing the players. He's a performance guy, so maybe maybe he have spoken to some of them. Who knows? So that's why maybe Varane may want to just sit down and see what's going to happen next.
Yeah, that could be another thing. So seeing some
Mm,
of these changes happening here,
mm,
some of the movements that happened just before the transfer window, probably he's so thinking, okay, maybe we can stay. And then if
mm,
that's true, then it tells me that things are not so bad. It was just a little of a falling out, and maybe he did miss that Bournemouth game because of illness.
mhm,
Remember, we were blindsided. What there was news: Kobe won't play. Kobe played.
mm.
Varane will play, then won't play, and
Illness
one more,
suddenly.
and one more. Yeah. So, excuse me. So I hope that's the case. I'd like him to stay. I
Yep.
know previously I said leave because the stories around that time were bad. That there was a fallout, but doesn't seem it's a fallout. Maybe it's a disagreement. And but and as such, right now I'd rather him stay, and then if you want to sell him summer, because like how are we going to rely on the guys now? It's not
I mean,
enough.
I like what I see between him and Evans. You can see the amount of experience, the understanding. It's although they never play together often. I think like how many times they were paired together. I don't think it's more than 5 times they paired together. And you see against the Aston Villa game, of course, there's some still communication errors here and there, but you can see that both of them are playing based on experience and they
Mm.
understand each other's games. And to be really honest, I was very surprised back then when we let Johnny Evans go. I actually always thought that he was a very good defender, and for us to let him go like that, and after that got like God knows what kind of defenders, I felt that it's a loss for us, and we lost him for 8 years, and he came back, and now he came back with more experience, and then he have seen play when we play with a smaller team, we play with a slightly bigger team. That experience actually helps, and now that he's back with us, it looks like he doesn't look like his age, don't you think?
I,
For a
th- I thought
guy,
yeah,
like I know he's 35 this year, right? For a 35-year-old to play,
Varana,
no, no, Evans.
Evans,
Hmm.
38, I think.
Hmm. I know it's somewhere in the mid to late 30s, and he looks solid. He looks like a really solid defender that we needed all this while, and with that experience, I think that formation, I mean that pairing might be actually quite good, since we have Lindelof getting his surgery done. Right? I don't know how long will he be out, like weeks. Maguire is on off now at the moment,
Mm.
and Martinez is going to come back soon. So it's good to
Mm.
have Evans there with Varane, and when Martinez come back, we know that the pairing is good. Varane, maybe that's the reason why he wants to stay as well, because his defensive partner might be coming back in January.
Um,
So
I think it's a lot of the news that have been coming out lately about who we want to, what kind of player we want to get in January has been a lot of striker, and I'm like, what? I mean, you want to get a striker? I mean, so now we got two strikers. Are we're going to change formation? I suppose you have to change formation. You're going to play two strikers, or you're going to play the guy. I don't know, man. Like there was a funny joke today, so about how Anthony will be dancing around before giving a pass to
I saw that
Hoyland.
post.
I put it on my channel. You all can go check it out. Yeah, Talking Manchester on Facebook. And I don't think we need a striker. Like in fact, I wouldn't buy anybody in January. I wouldn't waste any money because with us being out of Europe, there's zero money coming in Europe next year. So there's no income
Mhm.
at all. No merchandise. We cannot sell any Europe shirts, Europe jerseys. What are we going to print? We cannot to be out of Europe totally next season. When we come to the table, we're going to be counting pennies and nickels. That's how all these whatever big shots, if you want to call them big shots. I don't call them big shots. I just call it a bunch of glorified professionals with a very nice resume who has the backing of the richest man in England to come and jump into our club where it's like systematic corrupted to the core, like this country.
Mhm.
And there is really no coming back from it. I don't care about your credentials and what you did elsewhere, because even guys like David Gill and all that, when they came, they weren't world famous. They were just
Mhm.
famous in the financial circles, but they were famous in the bigger financial circles out in the ocean, in the pool where all the sharks are. Not these clowns who've been working in their silos, working in a successful company for several years with a backing a lot of money, and to say that they will be the ones who will be able to transition from cycling and whatever else that they were doing there to football, I don't believe. I don't believe, because even though you say some of them had some are doing some of the football operations, the other one is personnel, the other one is marketing and something, and then all future transfers will go through the two in the club right now, the John fella and the other fella, and but final veto say will go with somebody, doesn't mean jack shit. I tell you, I'm just listening to all these like if you're trying to allay fears or instill some positivity into me that these guys are here to save the day, how am I to believe this? Haven't I heard this before?
Actually, what you say is actually very true. It doesn't instill any confidence or any, like you said, positivity. When you read the news, it's like, oh, okay, no, okay lah, let's see lah. Maybe the club is in such a bad shape that
It's
we
just a
we
resume. It's just a
yeah
resume. It's just a
we
so you see, it's just a resume that they have that is nice and it looks good. But like I said, they have been working in a certain place, being successful in that particular
Mhm,
place, but not in the bigger pool in the whole financial institution, take the entire world, New York, London, Japan, whatever, put it all in Saudi Arabia, Middle East. Have they been successful there? Have they been doing things there? David Gill was a successful CEO, so he knew business. So he handled the business part of it well. He kept payroll, uh, 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 pay low.
mhm,
Egos were gone, just like Sir Alex Ferguson did, and they kept it at a check. Here, when you are taking copious amount of money on the side as a shareholder, and previously it didn't exist,
mhm.
and then after that you have you're still staying there like a tick, continuing to suck money out, but throwing a lot of money in, thinking you get more money back, and you wasted too much on salary and like Edison Cavani, Martial, and all that. And then you buy players that you can market, so you can get into the social media scene and make stupid money over there, whereas the football side dies because the players, too involved with social media. And then now you say you want to get rid of all of that with this guy called Ineos, with Sir Jim Ratcliffe, who what success has he had? He hasn't had any glorifying success except for cycling. Now, unfortunately, cycling is just a race. This is like a long ultra marathon when you're talking about a league with some cups in between. So you got ultra marathon with a few side quests, two side quests, FA Cup, Champions League. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, and those are the two main side quests you need to do every season. How are you going to do from one full race cycling team with 10, 15 people to a club with 60 personnel, including medical and drivers and backroom staff? I think it's bullshit. I think Sir Jim Ratcliffe is not going to do a goddamn thing to improve this club in the next 2 years. Now, the crucial thing is he going to change? Is he going to sack Ten Hag? I hope he doesn't, because that just ruined the plan. Controlling the transfers, I agree, because I don't want Ten Hag and my agent to get too much power. But even having said all that, I still feel we're in square one. I don't feel like we've budged from the shitty spot that we were 6 months ago after hearing this news today. Now, even if you can say it's too early, Roy, you need to give them some time and all that. I'll tell you, I'll give them time. But how come in the past, when I saw things like this, I can immediately say, that'll work, that'll work. For example, the guy who came to train David De Gea, the goalkeeping thing, I said that one long term, I think it'll work. Look how it worked. I remember when we put Paul Scholes into something, the junior part, then he developed it, then he chow because he was too tired. His kid was, sick. That one I was down. And there were a few other things that I was down with. That when I saw that appointments, immediately I said that'll work. How come this one I
There's no
maybe it's
feel, right?
because there's no feel. Maybe because we've been too full of disappointment, too and our trust has been taken for granted so much that it's just not there anymore.
I mean, if you look at it, I I don't want to put any expectation on this. I just want to see what he does, because at the moment now, he just only made his official announcement, and he have not really. I mean, everything we hear for the time being of who's.
No, yeah, you are repeating what I said, already, but do you
Mhm.
get your opinion?
I mean, I I got no expectation at the moment. For me, is until they properly announce what's their plan, until their plan is up and running, everything now is just words. So for me, I just look. I mean, this season is a goner for me. So I'm not going to expect anything. I'm only expecting them to see what they're going to do in the summer. I think this whole 6 months they're going to be doing a lot of planning. They're going to go and look at the team and what the things they can improve, what the facilities, whatever shit they want to do. And maybe towards the end of the season, we only can get to see what is the entire strategy and plan they want to move forward. Because now it's all over the place. There's no point doing any changes now. The ball is already rolling. So we just wait and see. So for me, no expectation. This season is a goner for me. I'm not excited because it's just 25%. For me, personally, I prefer a full 100% takeover because at the moment now, Glazers are still there. They are still one of the majority shareholder, and they will still have some weight in there. No matter what Jim Ratcliffe want to have some arrangement, whatever, he's just 25%. The other 75% may well still be on the Glazer side because it's business. So I'm not too excited, like you said just now. I'm not too excited. I'm just waiting to see what's the next thing.
So
I'm not disappointed as well. I'm glad that something is moving. There's some changes.
Yeah. So Ratcliffe, his share will go up to 29% once he puts in a little bit of money for some infrastructure and all that. Either way, guys, that's I think it's a bunch of horse shit, and uh, I think the only way I'll be convinced this thing will work is one of these clowns comes and says that there's a ton of money to improve the infrastructure.
Yep.
Then only I'm down, because if you want to tell me that you're serious about this club and what you want to do with it, you get down to the infrastructure first. Don't talk to me about anything. I don't give a shit. Now, okay, so now topic of today is supposed to be I want to chat about the 5 most impactful news moments or news coverage that has come out this season. Now, I don't want to go to from the beginning of the season because that will be creeping into the last one. So we're gonna narrow down. We're gonna bring down our top 5. So I want you to go first.
My top
Okay,
5
give me your
moment,
top 5.
the most recent one, the win against Aston Villa. Suddenly, the second half of the game, we looked like a team that really wanted to win. There's a lot of drive. That's one of the moment. Of course, that Hoyland goal. I think that is also, this is not the game, but this one's the second moment. Is that Hoyland goal? We miss that kind of moments.
Nah, wait, you're getting too caught up with moments here. Top 5 news that has come out this season.
Top 5 news. Wait, let me open
Not
up.
moments. No moments. Moments, whatever. You can say that that game was one of the, one of the big things that happened in the club this season, 2023. But what were some of the 5 big things that happened? The 5 big news that came out, 5 big things that impacted the club.
Sancho, the Sancho situation. Situation. The Sancho situation. That's one. The injuries that we have early in the season. That is news to me. Big moments big situations that kind of derail our entire season. Johnny Evans resigning for us. That's a shocker for me. I didn't expect anything. I thought he was just training with us. And of course, De Gea leaving. Suddenly, that whole shit storm that we had. And Onana coming in and took a while to settle down. Yep.
That's it.
Did I cover 5?
I don't know.
I think that's about it. For me.
That's it. Damn.
Yourself? I said this season is a corner for me, so it's nothing much for me this season. I really saw
there's nothing much for you, but for the show, you're supposed to prepare some of the 5 biggest moments in the season that impacted the club. But okay, I kind of expected you to do this. So anyway, Namai. So from the start of the season, actually, the whole build-up to what happened when, remember, guys, how we finished last season? We finished 3rd place, right? So there was we're going to come in, we're going to get in extra people, we're going to get in backup, we're going to get in this, that. And every single week, there were at least 2-3 articles about Mason Mount. This guy, basically, I think for the last year and a half, took all the airwaves, especially when he came to Manchester United, because he was the number one guy. He was supposed to come here, 55, 65, whatever million pounds. And then, finally we got him, absolutely lackluster, and now can't even find his way into Manchester United. I think the beginning of the season when we started, I just can't help but think that this was just every fucking place. And then not only that, then things got exacerbated when he arrived at the club, and then these professional autograph hunters were hounding him. And then one of the videos went viral, and he said, "Man, you all came here every single day the past 5 days, man. What's wrong with you?" And it was like middle of the night. Remember, did the show also about that, and I said that, no, where's the security? What's happening here, man? How come, like, no one's protecting this guy? This is terrible. This show is very rotten. It's very, how to say, very Americanish, Oh yeah, we got Houndfler outside the stadium, no security around because everyone's so sleazy. The guards let people in, security at your house, let people in by give you £55, £10, let me in, get an autograph, things like that to curry favors. So I was like, damn, that was one news that just hounded us so much in the beginning of the season. That's my number one news actually for this 2023 season. Then the second one, as we went into things were going okay. Ganacho was the one who started on the right more with on the left or right on the right with Rashford. But
Mhm.
there were some incidences. The first two games, especially, didn't do the correct thing in the final third, right? So he got pulled out. Then the moment he got pulled out, something happened. When he started chopping and changing, and Amrabat came in late, Reguilon wasn't really ready. I was like, man, look at this list of people who are injured. We got like 11 or 12 of them already. So it started
Mhm.
from Diallo to Shaw, Malasia,
Mm.
Martial. Um, Rashford wasn't fully fit when he came back. I think he was carrying a small injury. Actually, they didn't want to tell,
Mhm.
insurance purpose. Sancho wasn't
Mainu
playing properly. Mainu,
preseason.
Casemiro fell on Mainu's leg. God
Yep.
damn.
Martinez came back, played two
Casemiro,
games, then injured
uh,
again. And Casemiro
then
off form, then injured.
went to
Ericsson.
Brazil, came back. So that was number two for me. The fact that all of us kind of were hoping that, all right, things going smoothly, get the junior players to get their fitness back up. Hopefully, the senior players will come back and catch up because it was a very long season. They played a lot, but bam, boom, 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 boom. One after the other started falling, and then in the end, we don't know what team to expect week in, week out. Players we tried to sell, we couldn't sell. So as for the number two biggest news or moments for me this season, it has to be this series of events that all seem to be interconnected, that culminated in a very poor start to the season. Then the third big news, I think, after that, of course, we will get the certain criticisms and things, but we started fixing things up. Harry Maguire started playing a little bit okay, so news was, all right. City and Arsenal all doing well. They took some of the news. Liverpool started doing well. Spurs started doing very well. They took some of the news away. Then something happened again. We were doing all right for a while. Things were chilling with ice cream. John Cena so was happy. Yeah. Then next thing you know, somebody asked, Ten Hag about Sancho. So he said Sancho is not playing well, and then boom, shakalaka. 3-4 months down the road, now the boy is still training with the kids. That Sancho thing has to be the number three big news, big moment for me for United because um, for one, it revealed a lot about how Ten Hag is, and it also revealed a lot about how the dressing room is, which is indiscipline, which is not everyone is being professional, and we prided ourselves as Manchester United being a club that was number one discipline, number two professionalism. Now you can talk about Alex Ferguson favoring his kids and pulling the players out from the this one and all that like that. Why can all say, but that's why didn't that affect the performance on the pitch? If you want to talk about what affected performance in the pitch, getting rid of Yep Stam did. Getting rid of Roy Keane the following season, we paid for it. Those are things that even coach has said he regretted. But
Mistake. They
never
say was a
before
mistake.
were there indiscipline. Never before was there anyone allowed to do what he wanted. Sancho News broke it, man. Like I tell you right now, biggest one is that one this season, lah. That's a number, but I'm following in sequence, right? Because I did my homework, I came properly prepared. Okay. So that I think for this season, the biggest news because it's still unresolved. And for a guy we paid so much money for, continuing to being forced to pay 350 a week, no clause. No clause to say if the fellow refused to play, we cannot pay him. It's so stupid. The contracts are so terrible. Just throwing money to get him so we can sell him on social media. So Sancho thing will have to be number 3. Now, of course, after that we're not playing well. Bad news will come. Eric Ten Hag sacking for me is not a big news thing. Everyone wants to write about that. But then, following things that we expected to happen, which were normal and part of the course for Manchester United club, suddenly we get bans of journalists. Now, let me take a sip. Hold on. Hey, cheers, everybody. Thank you for tuning in, man. Like and subscribe, y'all. Now, number 4 is banning the journalists, which I think is big. I love it. I love it to bits. I love it so much. I don't give a damn about you trying to incite karma over here right now, saying things will eat you back when you have been regurgitating nonsense. English British press take a lot of liberties with what they write and what they do, and can write things with impunity that damages people's lives. And if the club wants to take a stance and say, if you're trying to rip us up from inside without calling us to verify, hey, have you lost 50% of the club? Did you, these are sources, you just simply go and print ban you. Of course. Now, I love Kave Soliko. He's a smart guy. He's a PhD, holder, degree holder, smart fella. Always does his homework, checks, double checks sources, and he breaks down things easy for me, so I can break it down for you here. Sometimes the fella break it very intellectually. I can break it down simple for you because I like listening to him. But even he is bad. The two Robbies, he, MEN. Only one I think can go and fly a kite. Is MEN. Manchester Avenue. They can just go fly. I hate that they're bullshit. So number 4, I think kind of unprecedented, which the whole world took notice. CNN, everybody took notice. They carry the news in their news section, not sports section. Manchester United club, blah, 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 banned several big blah 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 blah, and they named them. So I think this season there's got to be one of the huge news, which kind of divided the fan base. But yeah, I'm down with that, man. Ban that shit. Now, last but not least, news. This one, for 2 years, finally came to a conclusion a few days ago. Like, wouldn't have been in the list, We finally sold 25% to this clown. I mean, this bloody thing has been hovering us for so long, and from Sheikh Salman and all that, and then the money and the stock market and affecting the performance and all that bullshit. Uh, to finally see a resolution for it happen recently, I'm glad. So that means I don't have to hear about this shit anymore. The only thing I need to hear about is what's going to happen next, and see those things being implemented. The good things, are we getting good players? The bad things, the good things, are we getting good players? Are we getting rid of the ones that are not playing and the high salary? Are we having a structure in, coach staying, not staying? Do agents get more say, less stay? Does this guy know how to do football deals? Stuff like that is what I want to know next, so I can know if I can have a proper structure like other clubs, when it comes to buying players. Or are we going to be stuck in some financial business type deal and then go forward? So my 5 biggest news there that I've broken down, I think you can see player wise there is 3 news. Okay, the biggest one has to be Sancho, and then the 2 will be more on the club, which is the dropping the journalists and the sale. I feel these were the 5 big moments this season that kind of defined us, because at every single point and at every single step of this where these things happen, something changed after that. Either a player will be dropped, or the form will be shit. You know what I'm saying? Or you see the players arguing with each other a little bit. I remember the small thing. Can't remember. I was trying to write it down in detail here, but yeah. And yeah. So 5 incidences here, guys, this season that I feel have severely impacted the team in some way or other from my 2023 season this year.
2024 season, yeah.
Now for next season, oh god, the January transfer thingy, I don't want to sit down here and speculate. So I also don't know whether we're going to buy anybody or not, or what's happening, who's coming back and stuff. I think Hey, who we playing next?
We're playing Forest this
For,
tomorrow,
so
30th.
So we're playing Forest. Okay, Forest not doing too bad, but I hope we can get that win. I just need to see if Varane is fit. I think he needs to be playing lah. I think we can't afford to put him on the
I
bench.
mean, there's no other option. There's no option. There's only
Hmm.
him and Evans. I think
So
Maguire is still
then,
injured. Lindelof is going through his surgery, and unless he plays Shaw, I think Shaw is injured also. Right, that day he didn't play.
so that Kwambala boy will play again.
I want to see him
It's
play.
it's 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 also one more thing I just remembered. We played against Liverpool 0-0 without Bruno. Then we lost 3-0 against Bournemouth with Bruno. You all remember that? It's crazy, isn't it? How is it we play against Liverpool 0-0 without Bruno and then we lost badly? Yeah, there's something I want to talk about. But I don't think you watched the game, right? So
Which game? The
can
Bournemouth game?
you all the last three?
The Liverpool one? No, I didn't watch. I was busy working that time.
Okay,
I watched the
don't
highlights.
know how to come on.
Bournemouth
Yeah.
one,
Anyway,
yes. Yeah.
okay. Anyway, guys, any one of you saw Liverpool the games? Tell me what you all think. Like, I'll tell you mine now. How we played with Bruno without Bruno. Scary thought, but I thought we played better without Bruno. The Bournemouth game, I don't know, man. It was just so odd. And I was thinking, what the hell is going on here, man? Why is suddenly like this way? How come that day it was more structure and discipline? Why today none? Granted, there were different players playing. Varane again playing that Liverpool. Bournemouth, it wasn't him. But is it is Bruno a problem here? I mean, the other day again he got a card for dissent, right? He wanted to take a quick free kick, so the fellow is standing in front of him, right? So he took it and then shouting, I was like,
No, but
why am I talking about this every week?
yeah, I mean, Bruno is someone you need if you have a very solid midfield that can support him moving forward. I feel because everybody wants to go through him. He's the creative spark. But the problem is when everything have to go through him, everyone knows how to stop Manchester United. Possibly.
And our
When
passes aren't that nice also, if I may say.
and he's always trying something, and when he tries sometimes he will try to take risk, you see, and he will lose the ball at times, and we don't have the people to cover up. So
Yeah,
maybe that's the reason why. Then
I think so
against
too.
Liverpool, we don't have to go through him. It's just like, if you look back then when we have Van Nistelrooy, everyone passed the ball to Van Nistelrooy. But when Van Nistelrooy left the team, suddenly we're playing differently. We have Rooney, Ronaldo, and Tevez after that. And we started playing differently. And people could not predict where we are going anymore. But with Van Nistelrooy, the ball is going to go to him. Everyone's going to pass the ball to him. He's not going to do anything else. He's going to stand there and wait for the ball to come to him, and he score the goals. So there is like a one pathway that everyone knows and it's predictable. And with Bruno, everyone knows that he wants the ball. He will go and get the ball from you sometimes. So maybe we are predictable. But if we have someone more solid behind him, like just say, like you see the last season when Casemiro and Eriksen there, we are unpredictable. Although we know what is coming, but we don't know whether it's going to be Bruno, we don't know whether it's going to be Eriksen, we don't know whether it's going to be Casemiro, it's going to do all the passing. So this season
Passing
is
have been very poor. I was watching the highlights the other day
horrible.
of when Ronaldo hit a hat trick against us 3-0. I tell you, I was looking at it again. I said, okay, we're playing almost similar. And he came up, was having a hard time with Zidane. But I was like, wait, look at the pass. Yo, look at those through balls, man. It was perfectly weighted. I just,
Paul Scholes lah.
I mean, I
Paul
just.
Scholes lah. You can't.
Paul Scholes, what? No, what are you talking about? We lost.
I mean, talking about
3-0.
which game?
Madrid and Man U.
The
3-0. I said the hat trick Ronaldo scored.
the one with Bartes in goal.
Yeah.
The one that Beckham was playing his sort of like his last game, right?
I don't know whether it was
Long
last
time
game
ago,
or
right?
what, but there was only one game where he came scored a hat trick. We Madrid beat us 3-0.
3-0, 3-2.
That game, the passing was just beautiful. It's just,
Mhm.
and I'm thinking, what happened to all these passes that we could do last time? How come we couldn't? We can't get like I was noticing Rasmus doing some of those runs, but then I was like, yeah, the pass not nice. Now I'm not expecting every time the pass to happen. It is impossible, man. Get the fuck out, lah. Unless you're playing a really, really bad team, lah. But for that kind of through ball, through pass, understanding, you need to be playing with each other for a while, or you need to be just marvelous footballers, lah. I mean, damn. Michelle Salgado. I was watching that day. I was like, fuck, man, look at these guys, how they're playing. And look at our team. Mickey Bar was just running around circles. Evra couldn't do anything. I was like, mad respect. I miss those. It's like they were playing beautiful football. I don't know what we were playing. And that team was a pretty decent team. With 98, I think. It was 98, 2000, one of those back
The
then. It was
one
a pretty decent team,
2003, I think 2002, 2003, around that time. There was, I
So
think that there was the last season that Beckham was with us, if not mistaken. Then after that, he was sold to Madrid.
yeah, so we are missing out on that. No, we're missing out on that kind of passes. Yeah.
Who do you think is the best passer in the team at the moment?
Right now,
Overall,
so long? Why am I taking so long?
long pass, short pass. Those
Only
someone-
Bruno lah. Only
Eriksen?
Bruno. Eriksen hasn't been playing though.
This season lah, Bruno.
Eriksen hasn't been playing, so for me, no. So the second one for me is Shaw.
Agreed. Shaw, and last season we do have quite a few passers actually. Last season we have even Casemiro was chipping in with some passes. Bruno, Eriksen, Shaw. I think that's the reason.
Hold on, what the fuck am I saying? Anthony, number one.
last season?
Anthony is number
This
one.
season?
Every season. When it comes to passing, putting a through ball, first touch, number one in Manchester United is Anthony. Number two is Bruno. Because Bruno gets the ball a lot. He should be doing way better than what he's doing. Some like that. That game against Aston Villa, so he wasn't very good. He gave away the ball too many times. I don't know what stupid passes he was trying to do, man.
Whining.
It was terrible. He was not playing well. For someone who's got 80% of the goddamn ball, for me, that's unacceptable. So number one is Anthony, passing, touch. Number two is Bruno. Number three is Shaw. I forgot about my boy Anthony, man. Anthony, my boy, man.
Yeah, he's getting his form
Anthony.
back.
I rock with Anthony all day until he dies.
He seems to turn the corner, and he's doing quite a lot now. Actually, I'm quite
should do
quite
more.
happy.
He should
I
do
mean,
more, but I now know that he was only worth about 25 to 40. So I'm not going to put that price tag on him. If the players and the club wants to do that, then it's on them, because it's the press, the stupid press who keeps reminding them. Never mind anybody. The press should keep reminding us about Sancho is useless, but leave Anthony alone, lah.
But I think Garnacho played well on the right, so it was a good run for his money, lah. I think for Anthony, it's good to have competition as well.
Why? Because you think Rashford is still first team?
Not really, actually.
Then
Because-
there's no fight, lah.
but because the day when
Garnacho
Rashford-
and Anthony all day.
Yeah, because the day when Rashford played on the left, I mean, if he gets into his form, he is quite an important player on the wing. But this season, he's shit, lah.
No, lah, nowhere, lah. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's 50-50 all the time. He looks like he wants to go back to Africa with that hairstyle. That's what they do. Because it's very hot. You get
But
big,
at least in the Aston Villa game, he's trying to pass now.
only when
rather
he
than
came
go-
on as a sub.
Yeah,
Because he
he's trying
came
to
on as a
pass.
sub. There were instructions to, you're not hot, so don't try and take a shot. So yeah, he was trying to, because there were three fellas on him. Right?
I think that should be the way, lah. That should be the way. I mean, play like basketball. They don't say, right. Don't shoot when your percentage is low. Pass to the person who can score. I mean, pass to the right person who can score, or the guy that has the highest chance to score. Is don't go it for yourself unless you are very sure that you can score. Same thing. I think in football that should be the way also. You should pass to the person that got the highest chance to score, and not go for yourself. And
You should just
And Rashford is not doing that. He's trying everything. I think Garnacho also was trying everything by himself. So
We should just sell Rashford. If you're getting 180, right? If you're getting 180, whatever it is, you should just sell Rashford next season because I think Rashford needs a new challenge. It's time for him to go and spread his wings and make tons and tons and tons of money outside. Make tons and tons and tons of money outside of Manchester United. Go. No need to stay here. Stop sucking in our teeth. Stop sucking at Manchester United teeth, to make your 30, 40 million uh, pounds a year and further your career after football. Nah, I'm done, man. The boy has made more than Rooney already at this point with all his extracurricular bullshit. And for the performance and the years and the time he spent with us, I think enough lah. Come on, man. Nicky Butt, so we never let him stay this long. Phil Neville never got to stay this long. And they were at least doing something. We're still finishing in the top four. This fella getting 200, 300 pounds a fucking week. Top five earner. 26 years old only. If he stays here, we're going to end up paying him $500,000 a week. It's not worth it. He's not Kylian Mbappe. What are we doing? He's not
Agreed.
Erling Haaland, man. He's not even Phil Foden. I mean, what's happening, guys? Jack Grealish has overtaken Marcus Rashford by leaps and bounds, man, in the 2-3 years he's been at City. What's Rashford done? What, the club is bad, is it? Maybe. But you only get sporadically any hit form. It's like you hit like a little growth spurt. Oh, suddenly he's hit a growth spurt. Hair started growing on his nuts. Then he starts scoring goal. Then after that, all that hair starts regressing and then he becomes a virgin again. His voice goes back to being, good morning, sir. Ferguson. Instead of boy, I'm a man, Marcus. It's like, it's frustrating. So you want to keep hoping on players like this. I think Ten Hag is now playing the media game. So he has to have the players on his side. If not, they won't play well because this is a players' club. What? So I think he's being careful with his words. But I sincerely hope we sell him. I would like 150.
yeah, get something.
How much
I
you
mean,
want?
he doesn't cost anything to us in the first place. So from the academy, so if you don't count his salary, it's almost a clean profit lah.
How much you want?
Anything above 100 would be nice.
100 only, fuck. I don't know why. I know I want to get rid of him, but I want to get paid also. That boy can score. He's a talent. Yeah, I'm not saying he's shit. I'm just
Anything
saying the
above 100, I
environment is
think
not
it
suitable.
is
I
fair.
over 100. I want 150 lah. I mean, they're
Depends
quoting
who.
Osimhen or 150, and I'm comparing. And he's younger, by the way. Rashford is younger.
But
Got World Cup
Osimhen is-
experiences. 28, right?
Osimhen, I thought he's way younger, way.
And then the others, Kylian Mbappe. I
25.
think we're
Same age,
Who?
yeah. 25.
Yeah, okay. So World Cup players. So experience-wise, Osimhen cannot compare with Rashford. Don't even play. Rashford play at the highest level at one of the biggest at the biggest club in the world, and has had multiple World Cup experience. All that counts into your future earnings and your salary and your image rights. So they can charge 150 for this fella. Why can't we get at least 150 for Rashford? And to say there'll be no suitors, you must be joking. You must be joking. There will be a long ass line, okay, waiting to sign Marcus Rashford. The line is already probably started there, trying to suck up to his agent and all that, entice him to come. It's probably started already. Trust me. There will be everyone say, but no one can afford him. Bullshit.
There'll be
Bullcrap.
someone
Look,
lah.
eventually he can go to Saudi, which he won't. Okay, I know he'll probably rather go to Italy than go to Saudi. But a team like Barcelona will come. They can have a structured payment for the transfer fee. A team like PSG could come in. A team like Bayern could come in. A team like Madrid also could come in, even though Mbappe is going to go there next season for free. He could still come. There is still a way to pay Manchester United because over and above him going there, the commercial rights and all that, maybe he's not as big a sale as Kylian Mbappe, but he still makes some money. Now they can penetrate England market. You know what I'm saying? All the Manchester United fans who follow him on Twitter and all that. Who's to say 200,000 out of that 3 million who follow him on 3 or 4 million now on Twitter won't buy? They'll just buy to keep my fan. Not every football fellow is like us. Some of them just watch for fucks. And then, he went to Madrid. I like the Madrid jersey. Man, I have some disposable income. I just want to buy it and keep it. It's
Yeah,
revenue
I
for
had,
the
I had a
club.
friend who collects jerseys every
And they're
and he's
not
an MU fan.
so, into. I know Arsenal people who like when Thierry Henry, Arsenal hardcore. Let's decide who is supporting Madrid. Why? So aku suka Madrid, bro. Oh, aku Arsenal sucking cock now, right? Yeah, that's why you don't want to support. So I know all these losers. And when he went to Barcelona, they bought a Barcelona jersey just to follow Henry. So you see what I'm saying? I think there'll be some money that he could make on the side. I don't know whether it's such a big draw or not, Marcus Rashford in that kind of Atletico team. But I'll tell you this,
A lot of people
we need-
still want him, like you say, lah.
because, and you know why? Because if he goes to Madrid, right, guys like Vinicius Junior and all that, if I may be really honest here, are not big draws. Vinicius is not a good-looking cat, lah, bro. I mean, he's football world star, Brazil national player, good-looking, like Chuck said about Jordan. He ain't handsome. He 300 million handsome. You know what I mean? On Oprah, he said, he's not a good look. He said Jordan is ugly. He's only handsome because he's worth 300 million. So Vinicius Junior is not a good-looking boy. The other fellow Kamavinga, the African boys,
Rodrigo,
they're not very good-looking. The only
Chouameni.
good-looking the only good-looking cast there is Jude Bellingham. What's that boy's name? Forgot his name. And they will usually and if Rashford goes there, they will take the superstar and then the handsome ones and put them in front. Have you not noticed everything with Real Madrid now? Jude Bellingham first. Because you put Vinicius, it's not good looking. It's true. You go to any marketing fella, if you act like a Bodo, they'll like, yeah, sure, and they'll put the pretty looking fella up there, not the star. So Rashford can go and can sell. He's not bad looking, I think, compared to Arthur. Some of them look like Jamban. Man. I'm like, oh boy. Lucky. I'm like, damn, lucky you rich, man. Hey, man, I'll say it, man. Shit, I don't care. Fuck it.
Brahim Diaz.
So yeah, I think there's still a chance for him
Nacho,
to do him. So adios. All right. What else?
Dani Carvajal. Who do you think this season? I mean, who do you think is the best player so far this season?
Best player 2023 up to December. That's a good question. Best player 2023 up to December. Expectations included. So high expectations on Bruno, Rashford. High expectations on Bruno, Rashford, Wan-Bissaka, and Anthony. Low expectations on Onana, Johnny Evans, Harry Maguire, Luke Shaw, Scott McTominay, Scott McTominay, and Rashford, and Garnacho. So putting all that into consideration, Alexander Garnacho has been the best. I think because no expectation, started the season being in the first team and then lost his spot. 19-year-old can go and cry, bitch, moan, complain, yada, yada, yada. I did so well in preseason. I didn't go for holiday, play national team, came back to the club, trained with Rashford, but they didn't put me on Twitter. They put Rashford only on Twitter. He was there. He was there training also with Rashford. I'm sorry. Previous season, Rashford came back late this season. Sorry. Rashford came back late this season. Garnacho was there early. He was training. Lost his spot. Then after all the injury, all the drama happened, kept quiet. Called upon, delivered here and there. Not really, good. But now, shut his mouth, put his head down. Club needed him. Did whatever the coach told him to. And man, that bicycle kick, that's sealed it for me.
That sparked
so for me,
something.
So for me, it's Garnacho.
Mine, if you look at overall, I think it's Maguire. He maybe the situation has gotten worse than his level. Like he's really having that shit level, and the whole club was going shittier. So he seems to be like the leading light. But it feels like that Maguire that we first bought back then. Maybe it's because of the partnership with Evans, but I felt that this season he looks a bit more solid. I think the captaincy, lifted off from his shoulder itself also it helps him a bit. So for me, it's Maguire.
And like I broke it down just now, so he is in that category of low expectations.
So For me, so far, Maguire closely followed by Garnacho and Bruno, I feel, and Evans is there also, I think, in the top 5. Because again, no expectation, and suddenly he's putting in the shift lah, and he's doing quite decently for us as well. So I think these few are so far the player of the season. The rest, I can't really rate them yet because they're on and off. Like if you want to talk about Shaw, Mount, Varane, they're on and off in the team. So I can't really tell whether the impact. So very little impact. For you,
Right.
okay. Next question. Best game so far this season.
Best game. The Copenhagen game was 4-3, right? The Copenhagen game was 4-3, right?
We lost, right?
I think that was an incredible game, man. Like fuck. I thought that game was that Copenhagen menu game, the high scoring one.
Yeah,
That's my
4-3.
favorite game.
The one we
4-3?
lost. Yeah,
I
we
can
lost
remember.
4-3, yeah.
That was 2 months ago, right? That was my favorite game, man. Oh, I was like, hey, what? There's passes going in, like that, boom, boom, boom. Some stupid drama, stupid goals. The stadium, the Copenhagen fans are assholes. Fuck y'all. Y'all pieces of shit. I'll shit all over your club. The atmosphere was just next level, man. And I thought we brought it until the referee and the umpire fucked it up. Was
Yep.
my favorite game. Early morning games are more punda. Lucky or off next day, woke up, watch. But I thoroughly enjoyed it, lah.
If you are neutral, that's a damn good game, lah. End to end stuff, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's
Can't think
the
about the game.
Villa game. Simply just because of the end, for me, lah. Just simply because of the end. I mean, if you look at it from just a pure footballing perspective, don't look at those tactical whatever. That game gives that spark and that joy, I don't know.
Really, I thought we were
Yeah.
just lucky. I thought we were just lucky.
It was lucky, but I mean, that's
We
what.
didn't manufacture shit. The basically it just showed how good a poacher this fella is. But that ball had to bounce off McGinn's thigh. But he shifted so fast though. I was like, damn, this fella got a good eye. What the fuck are we passing the ball to him more?
That's the
Yo,
question.
it's so angry. Yeah, but
He's so
surprised you
frustrated.
said- yeah, I'm like, what the fuck, man?
I mean, like I said, it's pure joy, like just watching. I mean, if you want to put aside all this analysis just for joy of watching, right? I think for me that the Aston Villa one was satisfying at the end. It's like, finally, it was a horrible week or few weeks for us. So finally, at least something to enjoy the Christmas. Worst game? Too many.
Game, every other game. Really, the Villa game is the best game. Villa game was
For
shit.
me, I felt
Because you
end-
didn't see the how many matches have you seen anyway?
quite a few
like,
actually.
be-
The earlier matches, the midnight matches, the 3-4 a.m. one, a bit difficult to watch. Yeah,
Even the EPL matches, so you don't watch all what? You
Yeah, I
don't.
see the
You
midnight
watch
lah.
highlights only. You don't watch the full game.
no, the early morning ones I don't watch. The evening one, the night one I watch.
The early morning EPL one,
Yeah, like the 3-4 a.m. one a bit hard to watch.
the 1 a.m. one also you don't watch what?
I watch. I think
Which
one.
1 a.m. one?
There's only
you-
one. I can't remember. Also, let me check.
Man U Wolves,
Yeah, they want to watch.
Man U
That's the first
Arsenal?
game, man. Yeah, they want to watch.
Man U Brighton.
That one, of course, watch lah. That one's quite early, one, right?
No, you didn't. I'll bring up the message and show you, fucker. Don't lie.
Really? Brighton,
You
they played.
didn't watch Burnley. You didn't watch
Burnley I didn't
Brighton.
watch.
You didn't do
It was
show
2-2.
after that. I asked
It
you
was
to
too
do
late.
this one. You said you watch highlights. The second Christmas, that whole month, you didn't watch any game. Anyway, never mind. It's okay. It's fresh in your head. So Villa last game, but I'm sorry, man. I think that Villa game was shit. I think if it was another game, was the Chelsea game. I thought was way better than this. This one was the Galatasaray 3-3.
That is my
Villa
point.
game, the first 2 goals, I don't know, like the first 2 goals were like errors. It wasn't a manufactured goal. Our second goal was deflected. I also thought he went straight in. Then suddenly I saw, oh shit, it deflected off the Villas fellas thing, and then Kai goal. But only the Rasmus one was a shining light. You know, Liverpool game also. I want to give a shout out because don't forget that Liverpool game, Dalo got a red card very fast, back to back, because of descent, and we still managed to keep it 0-0. But yeah, analysis. So anyway, guys, already reaching the hour mark. I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Now, this game that's coming out against Forest, I don't think it'll be that easy too. But honestly, Forest aren't really playing that well. All
You
right.
lost your coach, right? Steve Cooper got resigned. Got sacked.
Yeah.
Who's
So
second overall?
Nuno Espirito, I think his name is
Is it?
Nuno Espirito something. The Wolves' former manager. Now, I saw their game that day against Bournemouth. I think I was it because I had was it Bournemouth because I had Solanke in my team. And let me just check. Yes, correct. 3-2. So I had Solanke. I think this was the game that I was watching. The Wood Boy could be on form, but he needs service to score. But they're not very good, guys. Okay. Forest are not a very good team. But if you remember the last time, we also almost lost to them, and then we had to come back and beat them. So I sincerely hope when we're going to play them away this time around, the same thing doesn't happen. But for me to say that we could keep a clean sheet, I'd be hard pressed to say that we could keep a clean sheet unless it's like say Varane is playing, So for now, I think it most likely I'm hoping it'll be a 2-1. Yeah, I'm hoping it'll be a 2-1, but it seems like it might be a bit of a scrappy game. Because if again we go there and we're letting goals early, we're screwed.
Ilanga also is there, right?
Yeah. So okay, you want to give a prediction before I call this?
3-1. We win.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think. Are we going to win the game against Forest? Let me know what you thought about my top 5 moments in Junsen. I don't know what he did. So let me know what your top 5 moments were in this season. Which were the biggest things that happened, biggest news that impacted the club. And remember, like and subscribe, man. There'll be more shows. And hey, Happy New Year. Merry
Happy New
Christmas,
Year.
very belated. And I'll see you all in the new year, man. Jay, thank you for joining me.
All right.
Peace out, guys. Out.